Hi, I'm Lenny, and welcome to Alive with Lenny. I want to ask you a question. Is it really difficult for you to accept help? And when you do accept help, does it feel like it has taken something away from you? You feel guilty for it? Or you feel like you need to make it even with the person who has just offered you help? Well, what does this mean? And how can this impact your romantic relationship with a masculine man? Let's find out. But before then, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll also be leaving you my webpage down below, which contains my course on toxicity cleanse. It is my personal voyage through that situation. I have compressed it, put it nicely, so go ahead and check it out. So, what does this mean? Well, not accepting help is a masculine trait of feminine women. I know that was kind of strange said, but women who are most of the time in their feminine are more likely to accept help, relax, sit back, and let the man be the leader than those that are in their masculine most of the time. And having masculine energy is very important, especially for women who are boss babes, who have a certain management position or responsibility on their shoulders, who are leading basically. But how does that interfere when you want the man to be the main masculine character? What do you think is the relationship there? Well, if you want him to be in his masculine most of the time, then obviously you're going to need to take the other role. So that would be the feminine role, right? Lately, we are seeing a lot of men that are wanting women to take the lead, to worry themselves out, to tire themselves out. And I'm saying it like this very plainly because that is exactly what happens when women are using their testosterone to provide for men who have 16 times more testosterone than us. Come on. They are made to do this. They are meant to do this. They are equipped to work and slave for us. I mean, come on. It actually dignifies them and it makes them more manly. Also, in our eyes, it makes them more deserving, more trusting. Imagine there is a storm and you need to hold on to something. Would you hold on to something that you do not trust? Or would you look out for something that is solid and you can trust? That is probably what you're going to hold on to, right? That is probably what you're going to refuge yourself under. That is sort of the masculine structure or what the masculine offers to the feminine, which is a frame to hold on to. So if you want that from a man, well, what do you need to do? Because if you are masculine and he is masculine, you're going to be bumping heads, right? So not only are you supposed to be saying that you would like to have a masculine partner or that you would like to be in a relationship with a mostly masculine man, but you also have to act accordingly. When I say mostly masculine is because both women and men have feminine and masculine within them. And like I said, it is very, very useful to have both energies. So I'm not saying anybody is wrong for dialing something up or dialing something down, but you should know that however you are acting is having an impact on people and they are reacting according to your actions. So whatever you're putting out there, that is how your partner is going to be treating you. If he sees you as a man like himself, he is not going to be so tender towards you. You're not going to invoke in him that protection, that provision, that sentiment of you being very fragile, which is true, right? At the end of the day, that is how you want to be treated, like a prize, like a very, very special part of him that he will cherish and that he will treat with respect and utmost love and care. So, in order to invoke that from a man, you can't just say that. You can just say, treat me like a prize, or I am the prize, or I want to be provided for, I want to be protected. Well, you can say it, but it's not going to have the same effect. It's not going to be the same thing. Because if you're saying this, but you're acting like a man, he's going to be very, very confused. And he's going to respond mostly to your actions, not to your words. It's kind of like the parents, when your parents tell you not to smoke while they're smoking, you're like, this is so contradicting. And you're most likely not going to follow their advice anyways. You're going to be like, hypocrites. This is what you're telling me, but you're acting, you're doing exactly the opposite. So that is what you are doing as a feminine woman when you are behaving as a man. You are sending contradicting signals that he is reading like, okay, she's saying this, but she doesn't really want it. So if you really want to have the man treat you like a woman, what should you do? I have two actions, okay? Two very, very practical advice that you could take and that you could start implementing today in your life to better your relationship. Okay, number one. So number one is no mothering, no coaching. Listen carefully, listen closely. No correcting and no criticizing him. And you're gonna be like, okay, Lenny, so basically I can't let him know my opinion. Of course you can. And of course you will. But women are so intelligent and so, ¿cómo se dice? Like the velvet glove? Is that what they call? Like, come on, you can say it, but say it nicely. Not like you're correcting him. Not like he's your child. Not like you know better than him. Because if this is your attitude, I know better than you and I can do it better and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, you're not going to get that emotional response from him. You're not going to be prompting him to treat you like the prize. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Human nature, women. And then if you're criticizing him, if you're correcting him, if you are emasculating him, well, is he going to see you like someone he needs to take care of or someone he needs to protect himself from? Because you're always pointing out his errors. You're always pointing out how you are superior to him. So now he's going to feel threatened by you. So he's going to try to hide or protect himself from you. Maybe escape you. Find someone who does not criticize him so much. Okay, you get what I mean, right? And then the second action, the second thing I want you, I need you to do right now is to let him be the hero. I know. It can sound extreme, but listen to this. You want him to treat you like the prize, right? Okay, doesn't that sound a little bit extreme to you? But that is what you want from him, isn't it? In a relationship, in a romantic relationship, you want to be the lady, the princess. And this doesn't mean that he is the slave. I mean, seriously, what were you thinking? That you were going to be the prize and he was going to be what, the pauper? No, you got to make him the hero. If you are the queen, then he needs to be the king. If you're the queen, then he needs to be the prince. So get your act together, ladies. And I mean this in the most kind way I can, but seriously, if you want to evoke his emotional, gut level love and lust and protectiveness for you, then you need to act accordingly. You need to act like the princess. And I'm not saying become a slave or become, like in the past when women did not have the right to speak their minds. We know we have the right to speak our minds, but not because you can means you should. And not because you can do something means that you should do it in the worst, most hurtful way possible. You can always choose how to express your wants, your desires, your preferences, and your needs. So choose wisely and evoke from him this emotional response without having to tell him what to do, but making him feel like he wants to do these things for you. I hope you have enjoyed this and leave me your comments down below. Also, tell me what would you like to hear us talk about next? Thank you so much. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye. Besos.